She put this puppy she raised into training to be a service dog. He was released 5 months later, and this was the moment he saw her again, after she decided to adopt him back. He immediately ran to her, remembering who she was, and was so excited to go home with her again. After seeing these 2 dogs abandoned outside with a note from the previous owners, she decided to take them home, but it took an hour for them to trust her enough to get in her car. Once she finally got them to her home, one of the dogs climbed in her bed at night and looked like he was thanking her for saving them. They finally started to feel more comfortable with her, and even being away from her for a short period of time, this is how they react when they see her. Just happy to see their new owner. After she adopted this dog from Ukraine who was terrified of men, she was a little concerned on how she'd be with her boyfriend. But after a while, this is her reaction every time she sees him come over. So happy to see her best friend and is able to trust men again. And the girlfriend is now realizing she may need to marry him just for her dog's sake. When she went on a walk with her dog, she noticed her stop for a while and take in the view of this incredible moment. Her owner said this is her favorite place and she would sit here all day if I let her. When she went up to her dog, she even got scared, showing how deep in thought she was. This girl has been wanting to adopt a dog for a while and has wanted to make sure it was the right one. So when she saw this dog who lost an eye and no one was adopting, she decided to take her. And since she was a pit bull with one eye, she was only $25. When they got home, she was super happy, already playing and showing love to her new owner. The best $25 she ever spent. After this dog's owner took his own life, the dog named Bosco was left without a home, so she decided to take him in, and he instantly became best friends with their daughter. She learned Bosco loves watching TV, and him and her daughter will watch it together for hours. These two have been inseparable, and now knows she's going to keep him forever. When she was on vacation in Romania, she stumbled upon 2 puppies left with only a bag to lay on inside of a drain. She then waited and looked around if they had a mom, but realized they were just abandoned by a previous owner. So she picked them up, got them food at the store, and then brought them all the way back home with her. And this is them today, safe and sound in their new forever home with an owner who cares. This was the moment when Tim Tebow was feeding his dog named Bronco for the last time, before he had to be put down. Tebow was incredibly emotional in this moment because he adopted Bronco many years ago, and has been with him through his entire career, which made this goodbye even harder. Days later, he posted a picture of him saying a prayer in front of his best friend's grave. When she was driving home, she saw this golden retriever was abandoned on the side of the road and was in really bad shape, and you could see how sad she is. As she got out of the car and approached her, she was scared to even be touched, but eventually warmed up to her, feeling like she won't hurt her, and got in her car. After taking her to the vet, they were surprised she was even walking, discovering a pelvis fracture, 2 severe hematomas, fleas, parasites, heartworms, and had to drain 4 liters of blood from her. But days later, the woman who saved her found a good home that will help heal her and get her back to how she should be. When she was driving down this street, she noticed 2 puppies were left on the side of the road. The previous owner dropped them off and abandoned them, and all they had was a cardboard box. They were severely dehydrated, and she was unsure of how long they were there. Fortunately, this was the best person to find them, because this woman rescues dogs. So she got them in her car, took them home to get them bathed, fed, and got their shots. The 2 puppies are now safe with their new owner. She noticed this dog on her home camera a lot, and started to realize he's been living on the streets in 30-degree weather. When she tried to get him, he'd always run away. So she decided to build him a little shelter outside with some food for him, and he actually stayed inside of it. She could tell he was exhausted, so she approached him hoping he would come to her, but he wouldn't move at all, until she gave up and started to walk away, and he ran right to her, not wanting her to leave. After she was petting him, he then walked right to her front door, wanting to go inside with her. After their dog ran away and wouldn't come to them when they yelled at him, she fell to the ground acting like she was hurt, and it worked. Her dog ran to her immediately to see if she was okay. She waited for a little so he can get close enough and then snagged him, finally able to bring him back home with a genius trick. She was at a red light when she noticed a dog in the backseat of a car beside her, and the dog's reaction when she says this is incredible.
I would die for you. Aww.
She was at a red light and noticed these 3 dogs hanging out of this guy's car, but didn't expect a 4th one.
Oh my god!
They brought their dog to the park, and this was the moment when their dog got to reunite with his brother again. He ran straight to him as fast as he could the moment he saw him, knowing exactly who he was, and then they started playing together immediately like nothing changed, just so happy to be reunited. After being away from each other for a long time, this was the moment her dog named Hugo saw her at the airport when she came home. The moment he recognized her, he hopped to her in excitement and then kept jumping up and down, wagging his tail like crazy. So excited his owner is finally home. Even everyone in the background was stopped to watch this incredible moment of them reuniting. When this baby started crawling towards the front door that was open, their dog noticed this was unsafe for her and immediately got up and tapped her to go the other way. He then walked over to the front door and laid down to guard it. After she continued to crawl towards the front, the dog blocked her again and decided to start pushing her the other direction. An incredibly smart dog doing everything to make sure his little sister was safe.